Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we are going to be doing a first impressions try on of new products, new affordable products I should say, because these are all products that are super affordable. They're not new releases necessarily, but they're just products that I've been on the lookout for, that I've had my eye on. They were new discoveries, and yeah, I just wanted to sit down, try them on with you. I do have a little bit of BH Cosmetics. I am trying out the Zodiac palette finally. I know I'm super late with that, but it's just one of those things where I was waiting for the perfect sale, the perfect opportunity to buy that palette. I will be trying it out today. First, when I sat down to film this video, my original plan was to create two looks, something that was very warm toned and then something that was in the blues and purples, but I ran out of time and this video was running a little bit long, so I will be doing a part 2 when it comes to first impressions and new product to try on. So definitely stay tuned for that. But before we get started, don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, more playtime, more art, more videos, more makeup, everything that's coming up in this channel. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I will be in the loop, keeping you in the loop when it comes to updates, unboxings, whatever I get on subscription boxes, and more behind the scenes. Everything that you don't see in this videos will be up on my Instagram, so definitely check me out there. And yeah, without further ado, if you want to see how I came up with this look, what I think of the products that I will be reviewing in this video, then please stay on and keep on watching. Alright guys, so let's just dive right in. I am so excited about this video, and just to get to play around a little bit with makeup. I got a lot of new goodies in here, and like I mentioned, some of these are not necessarily new releases, but they're just stuff that I've been wanting to play with for such a long time. So I am sitting here right now to show you what my thoughts are and basically how they look and how they perform and everything else. So first things first, I am going to prime my skin, and I don't have a new primer, but I'm just gonna go in with my trusty Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer and just prime my skin before we get started. I do have a new foundation that I want to try out, and we're going to be trying out the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I'm not sure why, but ever since it released, I've been very intrigued and I'm just curious about it and see how it performs. I've already moisturized. I moisturized with my Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel right here, and now I am going in with primer. And before heading into foundation, I am trying out today the Eco Tools makeup sponge. I've seen this floating around a lot in the internet and I've heard wonderful things about it, so I'm gonna open her up and see how she works. This is definitely one of them that has been like a drugstore hit. This one, the Real Technique sponge, and the Flower Beauty one, I've heard great reviews about those three, so definitely I'm super excited about trying this one out. I'm gonna go ahead and dampen it and I will be right back. Alright, so I'm back, and as you can see, it did really expand. It kind of like doubled in its size, so I'm very excited about that. It feels super soft, and I went to Walmart this morning and I'm so glad that I just like spotted it. I went in wanting to grab some of the Flower Beauty lippies and the Neutrogena foundation, and I saw it and it was kind of like an impulse buy, so I'm so excited to be trying this one out. Now please don't mind my cuts in my hands. I'm so sorry about that. I know they look kind of disgusting. I went into Walmart to grab some bandages, but I started doing boxing yesterday and it was rough. It was rough on my hands, and I don't know if I needed to like bandage them before putting on the gloves and stuff, but yeah, I do have a lot of like cuts on my hands. But anywho, let's just dive into the foundation. Again, this is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, SPF 20 for all skin types, and I'm very excited to try this one out. I grabbed the shade LN3, so let's open her up. Oh, it's one of those that does have a doe foot applicator. It's kind of like the Tarte Shape Tape foundation, where it has this sort of application. I've never had a foundation with that sort of applicator, so we'll see how I like it. I've heard that it's kind of unsanitary, but let's try it out. It smells kind of fresh. It smells interesting. It definitely has a strong smell, so if you're not a fan of that, you're not gonna like this foundation. Well, let's spread her out. I do think this shade is a little bit too light for me, so let's just grab my usual foundation brush and start spreading this out all across my face and see how it applies. All right, so it is covering up my red spots pretty well. All of my redness. This is the second time that I'm dipping in, so I think you do need to apply a lot on my forehead. It did cover up that pimple right there, my lids. This is the third time dipping in. Yeah, definitely if you're someone who's sensitive to smells, this is not something that you're going to like. It does have like a very strong smell. And now let's go in with our sponge and just blend everything out. It is super soft, like it's super squishy. All right, so right off the bat, I'm noticing that this foundation doesn't have as much coverage as my L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation. It is not covering kind of like this area right here and some of the spots that I have on the side of my face. So definitely keep that in mind. I am gonna add a little bit more just to see how it layers, kind of like in the areas where I was wanting a little bit more coverage. And this sponge is working really great. So yeah, overall, right off the bat, I'm noticing that you do have to layer this foundation in order to get the most amount of coverage in it. Usually with my L'Oreal Pro Glow, I would only need to go in once and just apply less than this, and it'll be able to cover my entire face, all of my spots and everything else. So definitely this is a foundation that you do have to layer up in order to get full coverage, but it looks really nice. The finish of it, it's not too matte. It is a very natural finish, which I like. I'm liking, and I think this is the coverage that I want for now. So we are now going to move on to concealer. So now we're gonna go into concealer, and I don't have a new one to try, but I'm using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer and just conceal in the places where I would usually conceal, on my forehead, on my chin, a little bit down my nose, and let's see how the foundation works with this concealer. I really like how this sponge has like a flat edge like this to go underneath your eyes, but the problem is that it's a little bit like flimsy up here, so it's not able to like really blend it out. I want something with a little bit more density so that it really blends it out nicely, but overall it's doing a great job of blending. So I guess you can just like put your finger up here and then push from there, and that'll make it work. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and move on to powder, and I'm gonna use my regular Coty Airspun and just powder the areas where I would normally powder. I'm still gonna use that flat edge, just powder my under eyes. This sponge was $5, so it is the same price as my Real Technique sponge. So just to give you like a reference for price. All right, so now that I'm powdered, I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay Primer Potion and just prime my eyelids before we go in with eyeshadow. Really quick, just to make sure that our look stays in place. Blend it in with our sponge. Yeah, this sponge, I love the butt end better to blend. It's a little bit more denser than the flat edge. Alright guys, so bronzer is done, brows are done, and I did hold on to the blush because I do want to try the highlighter first, and I always do bronzer, highlight, then blush. So what we're gonna do for highlighter today is go into the BH Cosmetics Blacklight highlight palette right here, and we're gonna go in with the least colorful of the highlighters. This is what it looks like on the inside. It does have a generous mirror in there, and these are the 6 colors that I have right here, and I'll do inserts of the swatches because they are absolutely beautiful. So I got this palette actually for free. They were having a sale. BH Cosmetics was having a sale on their website for 4th of July, where in the purchase of $35 and up, they would give you this palette for free, which was a killer deal. And as far as $35 at BH Cosmetics, I was ready to go and try some of their stuff out. I got the Zodiac palette. I got 2 of their Eye Essentials brushes, which if you haven't tried BH Cosmetics brushes, they're absolutely wonderful. They are a great quality of brushes and they're super affordable. Each one of these were $8, so $8 each, and they're absolutely beautiful brushes. They're great quality and they're super affordable. Everything, all of these things that I'm showing you in this video are super affordable. If you want to try them out, go for it. It doesn't hurt to try them. All right, so like I mentioned, these are the 6 shades right here. We have Electra, we have Laser, Queen, Strobe, On Point, and Illusion. And I think that for this softer look that I'm doing, I am gonna go in with Strobe down here, which is like the icier of the 6. And for the brush, I'm gonna use the brush that I use all of the time with my highlighter, and it's the Clinique Eyeshadow brush. I think it's called, the name rubbed off of the handle, but it's this one right here, and it's the brush that I use all of the time. So I think I'm gonna go into Strobe or Electra. Let's do Electra instead, because it's kind of like a yellowy shade and I've never used a color like that. So let's dab into that. Tap off the excess. They are super powdery. Let's see. Alright. The thing that I'm always scared of when it comes to like powdery highlights like this is if they're gonna give me like a white cast. So far so beautiful. Let's do one more layer. It's not as yellow as it looks in the pan. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, it's definitely there. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, just because in person it does look like I have a white stripe of powder in my face. On camera it does look very beautiful and very like glowy, but in person it looks like I did a stripe of white powder on my cheek. So let's do the other side. Let's do Strobe on the other side actually. Oh yeah, up close it looks like I literally took white powder and just put it on my face, and it does have a lot of glitters in it, so it looks kind of too glittery for my taste. I usually just like highlighters that look like wet on your skin and they don't look like glitter. They don't have any kind of like glitters in there. Yeah, on camera it's definitely a really powerful highlight, but in person I don't like that I can see the glitters on my face, and I don't like that I can see that white stripe, and it's definitely accentuating my texture, all of my like little bumps in here. But I guess most highlights do that. So yeah, first impressions is that they're wonderful when it comes to like pictures and just on camera. But in person it does look very noticeable and very glittery, and it does accentuate your texture a lot. All right, so I'm gonna do blush really quick, and I'm just gonna use my Milani Baked Blush in the shade Berry Amore, and I'm just gonna grace it on the top of my cheeks. And now that I have all of my powders in, I'm gonna do a quick spritz of Fix Plus just to melt all of the powders in my face. And then use the sponge just to press the products right into my skin. Maybe this will help the highlighters actually, so that they don't look too powdery on my skin. The foundation, however, is looking super pretty. It's looking really nice. My skin looks very airbrushed, but that's usually like upon first application, so we'll see how it wears throughout the day. I'm curious to see about that, if in this summer weather, if it's going to like melt off of my skin, if it's gonna crack, and so on. All right, and now for the moment that I've been waiting for with such anticipation. and it's the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette right here. And I don't know, ever since it came out, there was just something about it that it intrigued me. And I've been waiting just for the perfect sale in order to buy it, because they always have sales. When it comes to BH Cosmetics, always wait for those sales. 4th of July, Black Friday, Memorial Day, I think they also had a huge sale. So definitely wait for those sales because they're worth it. Like with this case with me, I got a free palette with my purchase, so they're always doing some amazing sales, so definitely wait for that. I saw this one at Ulta and it was like 20 bucks at Ulta, but I was able to snatch it for $16. Definitely a great deal, and I've been waiting for it, and I'm gonna insert the swatches right here, and they are absolutely stunning. This is the very first time that I've tried out this like baked formula from BH Cosmetics, and upon first touch, when you go in and you dip your finger into these shades, like these outer shades, they feel super dry and they do feel super powdery, but swatches look amazing. Now we're gonna try it on the eyes and see how they perform on the eyes, but so far, as far as how they swatch, they're absolutely stunning. The highlight, again, same situation. When you go in and you do this, it's super powdery. It's like, I wish you can see this, but it's very super like powdery. I don't know how it applies. I think I should swatch it on my face right now, but definitely, and the mattes are absolutely stunning. These purples right here, I think this is I'm gonna use these for my second look, because these purples, these two purples right here are basically neon purples. They have such a powerful pigmentation, and so far, based on just swatches, they've impressed me. And to top it all off, you do get a generous mirror right here. It does come with a plastic protector right there, which I just chucked. And yeah, this is the palette right here, and let's start out doing our first look. I am gonna go in with these shades over here, these browns. And as far as like something shimmery, I think I'm gonna go in with PC's Taurus, and I'm gonna dive right in using some of the brushes in here. And included in this set, this is the Eye Essential 7-piece brush set. Included in this kit is my favorite brush of all time, the perfect brush just to start out any look, and it's the BH Cosmetics 101 brush. And with these two and the one that I already had, these make 3 of these brushes that I have, because they're absolutely beautiful. They make it super easy just to do any sort of transition shade. Pop it on your crease and you'll be good to go. Pop a shimmer with your finger, and that's a look. That's all you need for a completed look, everyday look. And for today, I'm gonna start out with this color up here. They're super powdery again. That's usually like their formula, BH Cosmetics' formula. They're very powdery, but they are, for the most part, they are very pigmented. I have tried out their eyeshadows before with the Carly Bible palette, with that collaboration, and I was not disappointed. That palette is absolutely great. I love it so much. I actually have it right here next to me. This palette right here, the Carly Bible collaboration, I use this every single day. It's absolutely beautiful. Now just starting out with that color right here all over my lid, and right away I can already tell that it has very nice pigmentation to it. My hands look horrible. I'm so sorry about that. Alright, so there you have it. That's all it took. It literally took me like a minute just to grace this color all over my crease, do a couple of circular motions, and it's blended out to perfection. Alright, and I always like to take that same color underneath my lower lash line. And for that, I usually go with a smaller tapered brush. This is the brush that comes with my, that came with my Urban Decay palette. And I'm gonna go in with that same shade and go in on my lower lash line. All right, so I think I'm gonna deepen out the crease a little bit with this shade. It's just 2 shades over. And just focus it on my outer V. Now I'm gonna go in and deepen out my lower lash line using this color right next to Pieces. And for that, I'm gonna use another one of the BH Cosmetics brushes, and this is their 105. This is like the perfect brush to go underneath your lower lash line. I love it for that. So we're gonna go in with this one. Ooh, super powdery. Go like easy on there. You definitely don't want to like swirl your brush when you're dipping in there because you're gonna be left with a lot of powder. So just use a very light hand. All right, so that's coming off a little bit like a burgundy color. I thought it was like a dark brown, but it's looking kind of purple on my eye. Yeah, it's definitely coming off like a dark purple, which is not what I wanted. So I think I'm just gonna go in straight with a black underneath Aries. And based on the swatches, again, it looked very promising. So let's see how that works. And I'm basically just going to line my entire lower lash line. Now to deepen out those outer V's right here, I'm gonna go in with this matte shade underneath Scorpio. Just the slightest bit and just focus it right here. See, that was too much. You want to go in with a light hand with these colors because they are super pigmented. So when you grab too much pigment, all you want to do is just grab a clean brush and just blend as much as possible to distribute that color evenly. Again, I think I mentioned this in my previous video, in one of my previous videos, but I have this part on this eye where it won't grab pigment right there. It's so weird, but anything that I try, even if I try like a tiny brush to get in there specifically, it never wants to grab pigment. I don't know why, and it's super annoying. Now I'm gonna go in and highlight my inner corners, and for that I'm thinking the best color and the one that's like really grabbing my attention is Taurus down here. So I'm gonna grab it with a pencil brush and highlight those inner corners. I think I'm gonna go in and do Pieces, and then to marry these two colors I'm gonna go in with Scorpio because I think it's like the perfect companion to my outer corners. So let's go in with Pieces and just go all over the lid. They are super powdery, so let's be careful. I'm kind of scared for fallout, but so far so freaking good. Okay. Yeah, this looks like absolute metal on your eyelids. I always do my lids with my fingers, so that's just common practice with me. So if you do use a brush or prefer to use brushes, you might have a different experience than I do. But so far with the finger, it applies so metallic and so beautiful. I absolutely love it. So let's go back in with the BH Cosmetics 105 brush, and I'm gonna go in with Capricorn. Again, they're super powdery. This palette is making me like super excited about makeup. I love it. All right, so there was a little bit of fallout on this side, so my lid color, it fell onto my lower lash line. So I am trying to like cover that up with the military green color, and I think it's doing a really nice job. All right, so this look just became very grungy real fast. And now I'm gonna use Scorpio up here just to marry these two colors that I have. So I'm gonna go in with my finger and just marry those. Yep, that's beautiful. Alright guys, so now that lashes and eyeliner are done, we are going to be moving on to lips. They are from Flower Beauty and they are in the shade Cinnamon Crunch and Autumn Rose. I picked these up right now at Walmart and I've been wanting to try these for a while now. I heard Tati rave about them, and ever since Drew Barrymore started doing these like beauty guru collabs, I was sold into trying out the brand, trying more of it. I have tried some of their balms, their lip balms before, but they don't make those anymore and I fell in love with those. So I definitely wanted to try out. I thought this was the perfect chance to try out some more of their products. So let's check these out. And I think that for this look that I have going on right now, I think Autumn Rose is gonna be the best choice. But upon first swatches, I was very impressed with the pigmentation in these. I think they look super creamy and I'm super excited to try them out. So let's go in with Autumn Rose. Oh yeah. They are super creamy and they're gliding like nothing. So this is Autumn Rose on my lips right now. It definitely doesn't match my eye look, but that's okay. I'm gonna change it right now, but it definitely is a beautiful formula. It went on super creamy, super opaque, and it feels super comfortable on the lips. I know that it's not very long lasting. It's not gonna be super long lasting because it is that creamy. It does transfer, so it's something that I don't mind, because when it comes to lipstick, I've always said this, I don't like it when liquid lipsticks just dry the life out of your lips. My lips are usually very dry, so I do look for something that's very creamy. I don't really mind if it transfers a lot or if it's not long lasting. It doesn't really bother me. I just want something that feels comfortable and that looks nourishing on my lips, and this is definitely something that does that. So I really do like this formula. I've been a fan of Flower Beauty lip products before. I fell in love with this balm right here, which they don't make anymore. They used to come in this packaging right here and they were literally lip balms. They're very super glossy lip balms, but they have such a beautiful pigment to them. They're glossy again, they're not long lasting. They do transfer, but they make your lips look super glossy, super juicy, very nice for the summer, for everyday wear. I am super sad that they don't make them anymore, but this can be such a beautiful lipstick as well. All right, so we're now gonna try out Cinnamon Crush. So this is Cinnamon Crush, and as far as pairing it with my eye look, this is much better. This is more of a terracotta cinnamony shade. It has a little bit more of a brown tone to it instead of pink. It swatches beautifully. It's such an opaque color. As you can see, all you need to do is just one swipe and you get even coverage. They're super beautiful. These are definitely worth the money. They're $5 each. If you have a chance, try them out. All right guys, so this is the final look. This is what I came up with all of the different things that we tried out together today. Again, this is all very affordable stuff, and I am gonna do a quick roundup of just quick thoughts about these products, and I do owe you a second video. I did really want to do a second video using more of the colorful shades in the Zodiac palette, especially with their eye toppers, so I do owe you a second video for another look, another separate look. So let's just do a quick roundup for now with the products that we did get a chance to try out in this video. I feel like this video is already a little bit too long, so that's why I'm choosing to separate another look in a separate video. And now, as far as the products that I used today, my favorite of all of them were the Flower Beauty lippies. These lippies are absolutely beautiful. If you love a creamy formula, if you love something that's super opaque on the lips that has such a beautiful pigment to them, they glide super easily. They are going to transfer. I don't know yet about the longevity of them, how long they're gonna stay on the lips, but I will definitely keep you posted on that. I will leave all of that information in the description. foundation. The foundation, so far so good. It looks really good right now. It looks mattifying, which is nice for me because I do have oily skin. It is cracking, however, just a little bit here on my smile lines, but I don't remember if that was something that I set myself with the powder. Maybe it was a crease that was already in the foundation and then I went in with the powder and I set it. But I do see a little crack right there in my smile line. So there's that. I don't know once again how it's gonna wear throughout the day, but I will keep you posted. Definitely keep an eye out for that description box below and I'll keep you posted on more updates. Now the next product that I really loved was the sponge. The sponge is really nice. It's definitely super soft. It does a beautiful job with blending. So if you're on the market for an inexpensive makeup sponge, then this one's the way to go. The Real Technique sponge is the way to go, and the Flower Beauty sponge I will be trying out soon, but I do have high hopes for that one. So for me personally, I definitely don't see the need to ever buy a $20 beauty blender because I have these that work so well and they work so beautifully and they've never failed me. So why spend 20 bucks on one sponge when I can buy 4 of these for the same price, right? These brushes, I can't rave enough about these. Get them if you're a beginner, if you're looking for affordable ways to start out your kit. These definitely will do the job so beautifully. This brush, I can't say enough positive things about it. They're super affordable, they're super nice, great quality, and definitely worth it to try out. The highlight palette, again, these colors aren't something that I would use on my everyday. I will save the palette for more creative looks, again, maybe like on Halloween, or maybe if I jump in, take the leap and start doing more creative makeup, I will save these out for those. The swatches are absolutely beautiful. I haven't tried these bright colors on my skin yet, but I will. But so far I tried out these two, and upon first applications, like I mentioned, they do look kind of powdery on the cheeks, but I noticed that once I spritzed my entire face with Fix Plus, everything melted together, and right now on camera it looks really nice, and on person I don't see that much of a white cast anymore. So definitely worth it to try as well. Just make sure to spritz your skin with setting spray and Fix Plus and everything will melt together. And as far as the palette goes, I mean, you guys saw those swatches. It swatches beautiful, it applies beautifully. The mattes that I used today and the shimmers were all wonderful. It does have a little bit of fallout, so definitely I would recommend you doing your eye look first and then going in with foundation, because you guys saw how I had to clean up underneath my eyes because of the fallout. But it's definitely worth the try, especially if you're looking for something that's very colorful, that gives you a lot of options. You have a lot of creative freedom with this palette, and for the price, it's absolutely worth it to check out. And yeah, that was the whole roundup of products that I got the chance to try out today. I didn't want to make this video any longer, so I do owe you a second look for sure. That's coming up, and I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video, getting to see all of these products, new products for me in action. And if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave for more videos like this one. Definitely let me know which products you'd like me to check out. I just saw that Norvina revealed her palette, so for sure be on the lookout for that. I am so excited to get my hands on that. I will be stalking that website for the moment that it launches. I want my hands on it, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, for hanging out with me. Hopefully these kinds of videos are enjoyable to you, they're fun for you, and stay tuned for more for sure. So thank you so much for being here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Take care, and hopefully I will see you all on my next video. Bye guys.